We know that Malawi is struggling with growth and finding future pathways for poverty reduction. So the World Bank has just completed 2 new studies, a gender-based violence assessment and a gender assessment. And both of these studies help us to understand the development opportunities and constraints in Malawi for unlocking women's economic empowerment. We believe that is a great pathway for Malawi.
Anyamalaja amazifika ali more superior than girls. Naineyo nimalimbikira kuti dzina loti anyamala ali very superior than girls is that. Masini makanga lilo model watsika na ena kuti ineso I can do this because Messi managed to do this and this.
Pano pancheo secondary school adamayamba nambala imakhala chimodzimodzi choncho komano nthawi itamapita kutsogoloko pazifukwa zina pamapezeka kuti atsikana akuchepa muchiwerengero chawo pofanizira ndi chanyamata. Mukafukufuku wathu taonabe kuti atsikanawo amatha kusira panjira pazifukwa zosiyanasiyana. Chifukwa choyamba chimene chapezeka ndichonena kuti chifukwa kuti ndi atsikana amenewa ndi amene amalera mudzi banja lawo. Zimapezeka kuti mwina kholo limodzi linamwalira kapena makolo onse anamwalira, choncho atsikana ena amatha kusira panjira ndicholinga choti akathe kusamalira azibale awo. Ngakhale kuti sachulukira kwenikweni amatha kusira panjira chifukwa chotenga mimba zosakonzekera. Komanso kuonjezerapo aliponso ana ena amene mwina mosazindikira kana mosazindikiridwa amatha kupezeka kuti asira panjira chifukwa kuti fizi yachepekera.
Kumbali ya business imeneyi timapanga zinthu modalirana. Telekeze ngati kuti kaya wina wachoka ndiyoti wina akhalepo apangepo business. Pala anthu ena ati ma business amachita kusankha kuti aya amayi asamagulise. Pala azimayi ene amakhala kuti ndiodziyang'anira pasi kuti akhale busy ndi kumakhala mu magulu azawo kumapanga business. Iwo amangodalira chithandizo chongoti abambo akasake. Kumbali ya azimayi ndithu azikhala munthu odzidaliranso naye.
Tili mnthawi ina mamuna ndi mkazi ndinathosa siyana chifukwa mkazi akhoza kuchita business imene mamuna akupanga komanso mkazi mutampatsa ufulu kuti apange mukhoza kutuka kwambiri pa banja lanu chifukwa cha mzimayi ndeti kalangiza amamva panopo anyamata ambiri ndi atsikana ambiri achita ma business awo.
Issues of gender is about culture, so deeply rooted. It's not a one-day issue. You go to maybe in the rural areas, one of the most common things that you see is these early child marriages. But because they believe in themselves to say a girl, if she has got breasts, already she is fit to get into marriages. For them to wait and see that the girl should go to school, finish her education, to them it might be a waste of time. Talking of the gender gap, in public service, wherever we are employing people, we have to make sure that we employ not more than 60% of either sex and not less than 40% of either sex. Which means that if we are going to employ more of the other sex, it shouldn't go beyond 60%. If it is less, it shouldn't go below 40%. So those are the directions that we are taking as government to ensure that we reduce the gender gap between males and females.
Luana, Lilongwe University of Agriculture and Natural Resources. For a very long time, the top management was mainly male. But in 2019, a move was done that we should also have females in top management. And Associate Professor Agnes Mangwera was nominated as a college director, which is equivalent to principal. And myself, I was nominated as the deputy college director. So we were now part of management. And after a year plus, we were interviewed and we substantively got the positions. And a year later, Associate Professor Agnes Mangwera is now the Deputy Vice Chancellor. She's taken up that position. And I have moved into her position. That's why I'm calling myself the Acting College Director. So you see that, we have female representation at top management of the university and also at college levels.
In terms of trying to reduce the gender gap, the ministry developed what we call National Action Plan on Women Economic Empowerment. The National Action Plan on Women Economic Empowerment has got also its own pillars. They are also linked to the pillars that are in the National Gender Policy. We look at issues of education and training, labor and employment, enterprise development, asset ownership. So in the National Action Plan, which is a strategy, we have our own implementation plan and also strategies which are included in the National Action Plan for Women Economic Empowerment.
There's a huge untapped potential in Malawi. We know from across sub-Saharan Africa, women play a huge role in the agriculture sector, roughly between 30 to 80%. And in Malawi, that's certainly the case. And yet, what we see in Malawi is a 25% lower yield from female farmers against male farmers. And the reason for that is lower inputs, lower access to credit, access to markets, lower access to technologies, and secure land tenure.
You find that women participate in agriculture more than males. When soya was introduced in the country, it was mostly used for domestic purposes. People were growing soya on their backyard, and normally the soya was processed for milk, largely for nutrition in the home. So at that time, you will see that it was mostly the women who were growing the soya. Because now soya is fetching a lot of money. It has now become a high value crop. Now if you go around and check who is growing soya now, it will be the males.
For us in the bank, what this means is we can do much more to help women get access to these inputs, to ensure women have access to cooperatives, digital technologies, and to work with our government partners on agricultural policy to secure the transformation that the government wants to see.